All right, I want to make a quick little video to hopefully help out with one of the problem child problems out of section 2.3. I already stole some stuff here. The question here, you have a sample data set where n equals 48. Here's our data set. We have a histogram that's generated for us, and the question says how many outliers are in the data set, and then for this data set classify anything beyond 2 standard deviations from the mean as a potential outlier. So I've already copy and pasted the data over here, and I'll probably give another video later on how I do some of this stuff just in case you want to work in Excel. So we were already told that n equals 48, and we are looking to find the mean, and so in our math terms we call that x bar, and Excel can do that with the average function. We can snag the data set and then hit enter, and so again we'll use the equals, the average function, and the data set to get our mean. Now I like to have Excel do the work here because then it does all the rounding and all that stuff, or it doesn't do all the rounding. Anyway, a couple of things to note. If I grab a data set here, notice it tells me the count and the average, the sum, and some other stuff down there. Now I need to find the standard deviation, and we abbreviate that with an S. Have my hand in the wrong spot here. And we are told here this is sample data. So if we start doing standard deviation sample, and this is from some previous sections here, again, there's a long way to do it and there's an easy way to do it. You can just grab the data set using the standard deviation dot sample, hit enter, and you get your standard deviation. So grabbing this, showing a little bit of work here. Now, when you are showing work on the upcoming exam and things like that, if you have these set up where I can just see the work in the cells, that's plenty. You don't have to copy and paste and do this. I just do this so you have a little bit more to see. Now, we need to find a lower limit and an upper limit for our outliers. And so the lower limit is going to be, it tells us here, anything beyond 2 standard deviations from the mean. So for the lower limit, we'll do the mean, and we subtract 2 times the standard deviation of the sample. That gives us a value here. So anything below 45.7429 is an outlier on the low side, and then if we do the mean plus 2 times the standard deviations, we get the upper side limit. So the question really asks us how many outliers are there, and so we need to count up the values below 45.74, and so if I just highlight, that's this one, and then above 76.28, so 76.28, we get 2 on the high side for 3 outliers. So the question says how many outliers are there. We don't want to list them, we just want to figure out how many there are and give that number. So if we happen to have other ones, we would just count those up too. But here's a quick little video from section 2.3, I think it shows up around question 14 and 15, of how we find the number of outliers from a data set. And again, this is looping back to some stuff from previous sections in Module 2. So I hope that helps. Thanks.